and welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be discussing some mental health tips and tricks in order to help you to overcome your mental health journey. So without further ado, let's get started.
And trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it.
First, I want to put a disclaimer out there. This advice is coming from my own mental health struggles, and it is coming from knowledge and experience I've had myself. But please remember that what I give advice in this video is not necessarily going to apply to you. It might give you some ideas. But please remember that what I say is not everything you can do. Like, please do your own research, and if you would like some more advice, I'm sure the people in the comment section down below will also be able to give you some other advice. Firstly, I want you to remember that you're not alone in these struggles. It's not something to be ashamed of, and it's not something that you need to hide or fear other people's judgment, because everyone goes through something in their life, whether it be a mental health struggle, a physical health struggle. 99% of the population go through something. So please remember that there are people out there that will listen to you, and there are people out there that are going to be willing to talk to you and give you that time of day that you need. So please don't give up. If you're trying to find help and seek help, I will leave some helplines at the end of this video and in the description box down below. So please seek help for those ones as well, because I find that helplines have helped me a lot, and not the crisis team necessarily, but like helplines and charities have been better. So don't forget you can use those things. So let's go ahead and get started into this whole video. So to start to overcome these things, I want you to prioritise your self-care. I want you to think about what self-care means for you and what self-care, could mean for somebody else. So this would mean that what I think is self-care might not be what you think is self-care. So for me, diamond art, scrapbooking, baking, things like that are all acts of self-care for me. But for you, you might enjoy painting or scrapbooking or home decor or watching TV. Those sort of things might be your self-care. But also remember that your body is not just your mind. If you're struggling mentally, your body still needs to be physically sorted out. So even if it's, you get someone to come and help you with like your daily food intake and like making sure you're drinking enough and things like that. If you take vitamins, make sure you take your vitamins, and any other medication that you take and you need. Make sure that you are like physically providing your body with that sort of nourishment that it needs. Even if mentally you're unable to go to work or go out for a walk, if you're able to feed and to nourish your body, it will help you to overcome this struggle a lot easier, because your body's not having to worry about several things at once. It only has to like try and overcome the mental health. If you're giving your body the fuel it needs, it doesn't need to worry about that as well. Next, I want you to think about people that can help and support you. This may be friends, this may be family, this may be a significant other, but think about someone who is able to support you. And when by this I mean that sometimes when we have friends and family that are also struggling mentally, they're not able to currently support us, but find somebody that is. And also, if somebody is not able to support you currently, it doesn't mean that next time or in a week's time they won't be able to support you. Think about people who are able to. Next, please remember that it is crucial to reach out for support when you need it. So think about people who are able to support you. This may be friends, family, or a significant other, but it might also be a helpline if you haven't got any of the other people in your life that are understanding enough or that understand what you need in order to care for you. As I said, I will leave helplines and links and things like that in the description box down below, but also at the end of this video. So stay tuned for all of that and make sure that you are looking after yourself and your mental health. Additionally, it is really important to practice mindfulness and self-care. So mindfulness is generally described as listening to meditative music or listening to calming music or watching like sea fall on a TV or a fireplace and make it look all homely and stuff. I disagree with that. Sometimes it can be doing those like mindful type exercises, but mindfulness can be different to different people. Listening to music, not necessarily the really calming stuff, but listening to music really loud in my headphones, that's calming for me. And mindfulness doesn't have to be all like river flowing and listening to the fire crackling and things like that. It doesn't have to be all that sort of mindfulness. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. And remembering that your type of self-care and your type of mindfulness might not be the mindfulness that everyone talks about. One of the biggest things that is vital when you're trying to repair your mental health and trying to overcome mental health challenges is to turn your negative thoughts into positive ones. So this is easier said than done, but thinking about something that you either think in your head, either somebody has said online or someone said in person, and thinking about whether can you change that overnight? If the answer is no, then what goals can I do in order to change that? But also, do I want to change that? Is that something that I want to change? Because someone's opinion of me doesn't mean that that is what I want to do. Like, I get hate comments every now and again about my body, and I get hate comments saying that I need to lose the weight and things like that. But I think to myself, I can't change that overnight, and my weight doesn't define me. My weight is my weight, yes, but it doesn't define who I am, and it doesn't define the knowledge and the things I'm trying to get across in a video. I say to myself, I'm on a journey, but this doesn't define me. And that is kind of what the quote I use. But also, I'm a very visual person, so I have quotes all around my flat, and I'm looking at one now that says, whatever happens, just keep smiling. And I have them all around my flat because it is something that, if I see it, it's a very visual thing that helps me to believe it and helps me to have that reinforcement. I have another one that's amongst a little decor that says, inhale, exhale. And it's just those little tiny things, and I'll see if I can put some clips in to show you, because yeah, they are some really lovely like little plaques and just things around my flat that help me to remember that my mental health is important. Lastly, please remember that progress takes time, and almost like the story of the tortoise and the hare, slow and steady wins the race. So it doesn't matter whether somebody else who's struggling just as much as you like becomes 4 years sober and you're still struggling. Like it just, think about it as your own personal journey, and it doesn't matter how slowly you get to being a year sober, 2 years sober, or whatever. All that really matters is you get there. You get there, you achieve it. And don't compare yourself to others, because that can be quite negative. Like me saying that I'm nearly 4 years sober or nearly 4 years into recovery. Use me as an inspiration, but don't think that you have to be like me, because I've had my struggles. I've also been in and out of mental health services for like 10 years now. So I understand how hard it is not to compare yourself. But try and think of someone as an inspiration and not a comparative, because a comparative can be quite dangerous to your own mental health. I hope that these strategies and these tips and tricks that I've given in this video are going to help you to improve and better your own mental health. Remember not to compare yourself to others, and remember to use others as inspiration and not as a comparative. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you in my next one. But before I go, please don't forget that I believe in you, even if nobody else does. And I shall see you in my next one. Bye!
Just like you're young again. No, don't you cry. Just get back up again.